Bill Kelly Show, 900 CHML. You're watching on Cable 14. What's you're not feeling well today? Feeling a little blue, kind of down, a little achy, a little frustrated, a little sad? Well, I've got just the thing for you. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be right here in our town, and it's coming up very, very shortly. The Health, Wealth, and Wisdom Show 2012 is going to be happening September 15th at the Lincoln Alexander Center in downtown Hamilton, which is right beside the Crown Plaza Hotel, of course. And a number of people are going to be there to help you in various aspects of your life. And it's one of these things that people say that after they've attended these things in the past, it has been transformational. And a number of folks are going to be there to talk to you about this. One of them is Glenn Estrabillo, of course, who is going to join us on the Bill Kelly Show right now to talk about not just his role in this, but about the seminar itself. Glenn, thank you so much for the time. It's good to have you on here today.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me on the show, Bill.
Let's talk about the Health, Wealth, and Wisdom event, the seminar that's going to be coming up. It's an all-day thing happening on September 15th in downtown Hamilton. For somebody who walks in the door, what will they see? What will they experience?
Yeah, Bill. Well, for somebody who walks in the door, we're really excited to, being offered to people. Some of the speakers that you mentioned, namely Don Tolman. He's an international speaker, and he has traveled the world and speaks about ancient wisdom and self-healing principles of life and health that he learned while living with about over 18 different tribes and cultures throughout the world. So he'll be teaching people how to live consistent with these ancient principles of life and health that has been passed down through the oral tradition and has almost been, not completely, but almost completely lost in the public conversation. So he'll be speaking about that at the event. And myself, I'm also going to be speaking, and my message will be focused more on empowering people in the financial realm. Number one, starting off with how to eliminate and free themselves from debt, but also how to generate and create a mindset for success.
Yeah, I love that phrase. Talk to me about that, Glenn. Mindset for success.
Absolutely. Well, the mindset for success, in any endeavor, it can apply to anything, whether it's in your career or a business that you're starting. But really what's key is the mindset has to be, you've got to have a mindset that's structured for and conducive to growth and expansion. And a big part of that starts off with by being willing to take responsibility for what's actually happening in your life right now. That's got to be the first step before you can actually take the next steps to be proactive about focusing on what it is that you're really committed to in life, determining what your passion is, and how to actually focus that passion and that desire in your life into something that actually produces you profit, so that you're both profiting, making a huge difference, but also acting consistent with what you're passionate about. And that's what I'm talking about when I say mindset for success.
Yeah, I don't want to steal the thunder of your seminar, but the essence of this then is frank self-analysis, to know exactly who we are and be honest about it, not who we wish we were, who we want to be, what we are right now, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I guess you can't move forward unless you're honest about what you are at this given time.
Absolutely, Bill. You hit the nail on the head. And once people are really honest with themselves, what becomes very clear are the different barriers that just have been hidden from people's views. And so now that you can distinguish these barriers, I walk people through how you can actually blow those barriers out of the water and see a clear pathway to achieving your wants, desires, and achieving success.
Are we our own worst enemies sometimes? And everybody wants to succeed. Let's face it, Glenn. You might suggest that not everybody wants to pay the price for it, but do we set up obstacles that we don't even realize that we're doing?
Absolutely. And, a lot of the times we set them up on purpose, but there's a lot of these barriers that we put up that we've actually just inherited. So some of the barriers, I tell people, it's not your fault that these barriers are there, right? You may have just inherited them from picking up different habits from different people, different events and experiences in your life in different situations. Now, I also follow up by saying, yeah, it's not your fault, but if you want real power to move forward, it's a really great opportunity to take responsibility at this point and stop blaming other people, other circumstances and situations, and start taking ownership of your life and becoming, your own captain of your own vessel, as the saying goes.
One of the things that seems to be a common thread through an awful lot of this, and you don't need to be talking about a Donald Trump necessarily, but people that have turned their life around and become successful, you might categorize as risk taking, Glenn. Is that something that's born or something that can be taught? Because it's an awful lot of the time, that's a matter of self-confidence, isn't it? To be able to say, I'm going to let go of the edge of the pool and go to the deep end?
Absolutely. Self-confidence is a real big part of, as you say, risk-taking, because I believe, and not just from my own experience, but from, like you said, people like Donald Trump and other mentors that I study, the self-confidence to move forward really comes from knowing who you are and really embracing the skill sets and natural abilities that you already have, but just may not have been utilizing or implementing. So when you can get a hold of who you are and the natural abilities you already have, it becomes second nature to be self-confident and take risks, but they don't actually occur to you as risks. They just occur to you as natural steps and actions. But to other people looking at you, it might seem to them like it's risky, but to you, it's just like breathing or riding a bike.
Is everybody, do we all have that capability in varying degrees?
Absolutely. Everybody's born with that innate capability, and everybody has it within them to develop the natural abilities they were already born with. So anybody can do this. Anybody can uncover their own natural abilities, and anybody can choose different strategies to be able to implement and expand on these abilities that they already have.
The Health, Wealth, and Wisdom event, and it's coming up soon. It's on September 15th, which is why, Glenn, I'm glad you had some time to talk to us about it. It's going on to the Lincoln Alexander Center. That's right downtown Hamilton, right beside the Crown Plaza Hotel. And the word Glenn used, I think, is very apt here. It's transformational. Glenn Estrabillo, Glenn, thank you so much for this. And listen, good luck on the 15th, on Friday, for this. We really appreciate you taking some time for us.
Thank you very much, Bill. Yeah, our community partners, Espo Consulting and Freestyle Fitness, it's really our big honor to be able to give back to the city of Hamilton, because we're really inspired about the current renaissance that's happening in Hamilton, and we're ready to give back and get right behind that movement. Thanks, Bill.
Excellent stuff. Thanks so much, Glenn. And check it out. You can just Google them, of course, Health, Wealth, and Wisdom 2012, and get all the contact information. We got to run. News coming up in just a couple of minutes. And